Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. WazirX and CNBC TV 18 present Crypto, Digital Assets of the Future.
Hello and welcome to this special series. WazirX and CNBC TV 18 present Crypto, Digital Assets of the Future. I am now joined by Vishakha Singh. She's Vice President, WazirX NFT Marketplace. Vishakha, hi, good to have you on the show. And we're going to talk all things NFTs and 2021. What an year it has been. And the latest figure suggests that $43 billion worth of NFT sales happened in the previous year. I mean, NFTs are not new. The last time we heard about that, or the first time we heard about them, was 2014. What do you think happened in the previous year?
I think, so blockchain is the basis of all these new technologies when it comes to crypto and NFTs. Blockchain has been around for a very, very long time. Crypto, of course, has been around for a decade. I think what happened to NFTs is directly proportional to what we faced in the pandemic. The pandemic put a stop or basically halted all our lives. And we were all left to fend for ourselves, especially freelancers, individual creators, and everybody who thought that, they had certain stability in their chosen career path, also realized that there was no such thing as stability. And so there were these bunch of independent, artists who literally had to fend for themselves, and they found solace in blockchain. And I think it is they who propelled the NFT, ecosystem forward. In fact, the oldest NFT marketplace is 4 years old. 2017 is when OpenSea was formed. And until 2020 March, the sales volume at OpenSea, which is now the world's largest NFT platform, until March 2020, they had a sales volume of just $28,000. So you can clearly see what happened between March 2020 to now. We're in Feb 2022. The market has boomed from there to $43 billion worth of trading.
And from where we started to where we are right now, and you have big names like Shawn Mendes and Paris Hilton, Melania Trump, those are the international big names. And then the Indian Bollywood stars, the sports guys, the celebrities, a lot of companies are onto the bandwagon as well. How do you see this euphoria?
I'm glad, because what happens with celebrities joining the bandwagon and cricketers, etc., we do get mainstream. There is more awareness created, but we also have to look at the objectives of everyone and anyone who's dropping an NFT, because people have to realize that NFTs are very new. You will have to unlearn everything that you have regarding engaging with your community, regarding fan engagement, sales, etc. Even your thoughts vis-a-vis content acquisition, you'll have to unlearn everything, because people usually think that NFTs are this magical world where you will come, drop your NFTs, quickly make a sale. But no, NFTs are not, they're very, very different. The community is extremely different. It's extremely niche. It's very fintech savvy. It's very crypto savvy. So while I appreciate that, so many big names are giving us the advertisement or basically making NFTs popular, I think the NFT revolution is being driven by individual artists.
Vishakha, you mentioned OpenSea, and since then we've seen so many more platforms and names do well for themselves. Is OpenSea still a favorite?
Yes, well, OpenSea still is. People swear by it. Of course, LooksRare has given them stiff competition with their entire tokenomics model. I think that's a great way to go. But we have to remember that from the Indian context, we are yet to mature. They are 4 years ahead of us, and 4 years in NFT and crypto is light years, literally. There's a saying that we were having this discussion that 1 week in the NFT or crypto space is equal to 1 month in the physical world. And that's how dynamic this entire space is. So yes, LooksRare and OpenSea are the benchmark, but from the Indian or the Southeast Asian context, things are very, very different here. And we are yet to mature. We're in a very, very nascent stage.
And then Vishakha, when you look at the various categories within NFTs as well, it still is the collectibles that continues to do quite well. And then there is gaming and metaverse and memorabilia and, cricketers and a lot of these influencers as well coming in. Where do you see more growth going forward?
So, we've seen that when you talk of NFTs, you have to remember that at the end of the day, an NFT will have a creator and a collector, and it is the collector that drives the NFT ecosystem, because it is their hard-earned money that they put in and invest in with the NFTs. Now, so far in the last 2 years, we have seen that art has been the basis of NFTs, simply because NFTs are an audiovisual experience. Now, of course, we've also seen codes have been deemed as NFTs. Any JPEG file can be an NFT. So you have different business models around NFTs also. You can have the art NFT model, which companies like Foundation and Super Rare, etc. follow. So on our marketplace, on WazirX NFT marketplace, what we have done is we've introduced various categories. So we've got the art, we've got music, we've got games, YouTubers coming in, poetry, literature also. But yes, art has been the basis of, has been the driving force behind NFTs, because even though we've realized that NFTs are emerging to be an asset class, with which people actually trade in the secondary market. But it's always great to have an aesthetic value to this asset class. Today, I may have a Tesla share that's going to skyrocket, but if my Tesla share looks beautiful, it's an NFT, so it's always great to have that. So art will definitely be the basis of NFTs.
Oh, well, yes, art actually continues to rule there. But, when you look at 2018 or 19 or 20, we do not see much mention of utility NFTs or DeFi NFTs for that matter. But 2021 was that year when we saw these NFTs do quite well too.
Absolutely. It's so difficult to predict what will happen in the NFT space. All we can do is introduce as many use cases as possible, and literally have a why not attitude. So we have, we launched the Sunburn Music Festival last year, and they had some amazing utilities, and the NFT collectors actually had an early access pass, all year round access pass to their events. And most of our collectors actually attended the Sunburn Music Festival that happened in December. So that's great. Then we've also had a City Explorers, which have a discovery walking tour as part of their NFT utility. So great use cases emerging, and we're really looking forward to musicians now, dropping their NFTs with access to their shows. So that would be again something amazing. And hopefully, who knows, we'll probably even have merchandise also being included in as part of NFTs now.
Oh, well, yes. So while the global NFT numbers are really huge, but what's your sense on the Indian NFT numbers? I mean, one hears and reads stories on how an NFT was launched and sold off in a matter of seconds. What is the market really looking like right now? What is the ticket size like? And do you see more and more participants joining in?
Absolutely. More and more participants for sure, simply because, even now, when I was talking about collectors, we have to remember that the NFT collector is not your regular fan who's coming from a tier 2, tier 3 city and who's just absolutely besotted with the creator or the artist. The NFT collector is your tech savvy, crypto savvy, fintech startup, background person. And we all know with Shark Tank, doing so well, we all know how India has suddenly woken up to the startup ecosystem, and how even parents and grandparents are talking about, why not have your own startup? So definitely, I think everybody at some point or the other would either own an NFT or create or collect an NFT. In terms of where are we in India, very, very nascent, simply because we have to remember, the ticket size globally could be, anything upwards $50,000. In India, we have to remember our internet penetration is just about at 50%. Globally, it is at 98% in the global West. Then in terms of our per capita income, we are literally at 1/10 of what we have in the West. So you have to remember that the ticket size would also be smaller here. And of course, because of the tax vagaries that were earlier, there were concerns and challenges there as well. But now, of course, we do have clearer guidelines. The ticket size on WazirX NFT marketplace, for instance, the most expensive NFT has gone up for $10,000, which I think is a very encouraging number. We have about, the collector count is increasing day by day, and we have a 1:1 creator collector ratio. So I think it's very healthy, and I think just exciting times ahead.
Clearly. On that note, we'll take a very short break, but when we come back, we'll talk about NFTs and how perhaps they can be a gifting idea this Valentine, and what do you need to know is something we'll ask Vishakha after this break.
WazirX and CNBC TV18 present Crypto, Digital Assets of the Future. WazirX and CNBC TV18 present Crypto, Digital Assets of the Future.
Welcome back, and we are in conversation with Vishakha Singh. She is VP, WazirX NFT Marketplace. Vishakha, for the longest time it has been said that diamonds are forever and they are most expensive. And then the world seems to be moving on to NFTs as well. I mean, that is something that is being explored. There are creators, there are galleries putting out NFTs or various pictures. What's your sense? Is that market picking up?
Absolutely. Again, so NFTs are they're great for creators because the lives of creators have changed in the pandemic. People have become full-time NFT artists. Now that is great. We also know it's great from collectors' point of view because it's proven to be a great asset class. Our collectors have made anything from 2x to 2000x profit within a span of 3 weeks to 3 months, which is great. Now, not every NFT is for sale. Because an NFT is, by virtue of being on blockchain, an NFT can also be used for just an authentication purpose. If you're a script writer, you would probably register your script at the Script Writers Association, but you could also just, put up that certificate on blockchain as a way of, your proof of ownership. That's one way to, use an NFT or engage with an NFT. Gifting, I think, is huge because, in fact, I actually had a friend who met a guy, and the only reason she decided to go ahead with him was because he had gifted his sister some ether, which was great. So gifting is a huge option. Now imagine if on Valentine's Day, if somebody gifts you an NFT, I think that's going to be phenomenal because you're not gifting an asset that is going to depreciate. I personally don't like, souvenirs that I need to keep in my house that require cleaning, daily cleaning, etc. So NFTs can be a great way to, basically gift somebody an asset class. So on WazirX NFT Marketplace, this Valentine, we actually are coming up with an entire Valentine campaign where people can gift NFTs. And it's very simple. You just have to go to your profile, select an NFT that you already collect, click on transfer, and select the person you want to transfer it to, and lo and behold, it's transferred. So imagine if an NFT is, say, and I'll speak in BNB terms, which is the BNB token of the Binance blockchain, you have something of 1 BNB. And I, say for instance, Manisha, because I like you, I gift you 1 BNB worth of an NFT. Tomorrow in the secondary market, you can actually sell that BNB for 2 BNB, 4 BNB, and make a neat profit as well. So I think that's a great option.
And it can't be forged, and it's forever because it stays on blockchain forever.
Absolutely.
All right. Is it the thought that counts, or is it the cost of NFT that counts as well?
So again, the value of an NFT is derived from a lot of things. It could be the artwork. It is the story behind the artwork. It is the social currency of the artist, because the social currency of the artist also means that the artist is legit, authentic. I am an NFT collector myself. There are moments when I get very connected to an NFT. Okay, and if I want to buy it, what I do is I usually study the story behind the NFT, which means there is a neat description box below the NFT where the artist usually conveys the emotion behind that NFT's creation. Now, I may like the NFT, but if the artist has written a very casual statement that says, made this NFT just for the heck of it, I will not buy it. So to each his own. I don't know, maybe a different NFT collector would treat it differently. It depends on what your end goal is. If I want to flip it, I'll just buy it mindlessly and just flip it in the secondary market. But I hold on for dear life. I hodl a lot. So I look for different things when I buy an NFT.
All right. I mean, you just told us a few minutes ago that a friend of yours said yes to a person only because she got gifted an ether. So to ensure that if somebody is gifting an NFT to somebody and doesn't want to take a no for an answer, what should one be looking for in sense of criteria?
When you want to gift an NFT, I would say, if just look at the person you are gifting, see what their profile is like, what do they like. If they read a lot, then gift them an NFT. poetry by Priya Malik or Faridun Shahryar, who's a popular, chat show host in Bollywood. Priya Malik is a popular actor and a poet. Gift them that. If the person you're gifting, is a very huge sports fan, then give them an NFT, from that criteria, because we have this filter box, filter criteria on our NFT marketplace. You can just select whichever you want. You can select art, music, sports, games, etc., and then gift them accordingly.
All right. So while we are talking about NFTs and during the Valentine, but I don't want to really be a spoil sport here, but recently in the Indian markets, we also understand that if you are an NFT receiver, you also have to pay a tax. How are you looking at that changing the market?
So, I saw a lot of people tweet saying, oh, this could have been well thought out. Now, here's the thing. The fact is, I think we should be happy that we have been legitimized. There is a clear definition of what fungible and non-fungible token is. Yes, 30% tax is high because NFTs are not a lottery that we win. There is a lot of work that goes behind it. But what we tell people, and most of our creators and our community members, is that the glass is more than half full. NFTs were non-existent earlier. Today, you are able to generate revenue, earn from something that was non-existent. So earlier, if you were earning only 0, today, if you're earning 100, why not pay 30% tax? And there is a cost to innovation, right? Taxations usually are high when it comes to innovations. And as we progress in a year or two from now, the government and the deciding bodies will also learn more about the NFT and crypto space, and they will come up with better options for us. So for now, why not? Let's just pay our taxes. And that is what DeFi is all about, right? Being transparent. So let's declare our taxes. And in fact, do not indulge in a lot of conversations on Twitter. Engage in a conversation with your accountant and your legal and just find the way forward.
Oh, well, yes, there's a cost to technology and there's a cost to being validated as well. I think that is what we are paying for right now. But, when you look at the Indian markets, I understand that there are creators and that there are buyers. There's a primary market, there's a secondary market as well. But how big is the Indian gifting market right now?
So that is what we are trying to gauge. The Indian gifting market is huge. So I think for us, the challenge is getting more people to come. So we have about 12 million crypto users in India. We need to first convert these 12 million crypto users to NFT buyers and then introduce, because gifting as a market is huge. Merchandise as a market is huge. So for us, I think the first step is to now just convert the crypto users into NFT collectors first.
And we do understand that these 12 million crypto users belong to tier 2, tier 3 metro cities as well, and it's more of a younger crowd. But when you look at the NFT crowd in India, what bracket does it fall into?
So the NFT crowd in India, it's a very good question, Manisha. Our youngest creator is 10 years old. Our youngest collector is 14 years old. So when it comes to crypto users, it's primarily I think 18 to 28 or 35 age group. But when it comes to the NFT community, it's way younger. We have Gen Alpha in the NFT space. And that's one of the reasons I think, and of course, so far it has been primarily fintech users. And so from a creator perspective, it's young teenagers. From collector perspective, it's all fintech and startup background people. From the crypto space, it's primarily traders from tier 2, tier 3 cities. So it's an interesting mix, and I think moving forward, we'll see a lot of influx of these traders in the NFT space.
Vishakha, when we talk about blockchain, it is said that you will see progress so fast, so quick that you wouldn't know what works in that particular year. So people are betting on DAOs for this year. And NFT is something that would continue to be a part of everything that you do, whether it's Web 3.0 or gaming, metaverse, etc. So would you say even as things would come and go and we will see huge amount of progress, NFTs would be a part and parcel?
For sure, because again, technology is bound to evolve. And it is such a fast moving space that you really can't pin down an idea and say, this is an NFT and this is how we will define it and this is how it will work. So everybody who's betting on metaverse or Web 3.0, I think all of us recognize the importance and the importance of blockchain. NFTs and cryptos are just successful use cases of blockchain. And I'm betting on blockchain. NFTs, the definition and the utility of it will evolve over the next year or so.
All right. So that's all about NFTs and how they have come into mainstream, so much so that it is an option that you can be gifting an NFT this Valentine and gifting it apart from that as well. Vishakha, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
WazirX and CNBC TV18 present Crypto, Digital Assets of the Future. Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.